All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Healthy You, Healthy Business webinar. I'm your host, Tanisha Jackson of Surge Formation. I'm excited. This is another webinar series that goes on once a month for those of you who are new. And we have different speakers that come on to share some also off, if I can talk, would be great. To share some awesome information of value. And the whole theme of Healthy You, Healthy Business is there's two sides. As business owners, we have to take care of ourselves, right? It's very important to do that. You can't have a business if you don't have a business owner. So you need to take care of yourself. Very, very vital. But you also have a business to run. So that is where the concept comes healthy you, healthy business. We have to be healthy business owners and we also want to run a healthy business. What does that look like? What is a healthy business? So these are the things that we talk about in these monthly webinars. So today I have the great pleasure to first, before I introduce our main speaker, I want to bring up Dr. Joanne Kaysen. She is going to help us get relaxed and get focused and get rid of any stress that we may be feeling so we are ready for the rest of this webinar. Dr. Joe, you have the floor. Welcome
Thank
her.
you. Thank you, Tanisha. And I'm sending radiating love to everyone here and then beyond once you leave this webinar. I always appreciate the opportunity that you give to all of us. And you bring such a great value to our community. I'm so grateful to know you. I want to share in the next minute or so a heart lock-in technique that I'm certified to share with you through the Heart Math Institute. It's a very simple technique that is designed to connect you more deeply to your heart and facilitates a feeling of calm. It helps you to think clearer. It helps you lower your blood pressure if you do it on a regular basis. It's very simple to do. And I invite you to do it with me with your eyes closed, and I'll walk you through it. And I'll be using the script because I am supposed to use the script because every single word on the script has been vetted out with 30 years of research. So here we go. It's very simple. Put your feet flat on the floor, take your right hand and put it over your heart. Thank you. And then what I like to do is take my left hand and put it over top of that because I am now focusing, telling my brain to concentrate on the area that's most important is the heart. Close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Focus your attention in the area of the heart. Imagine your breath is flowing in and out of your heart or chest area. Breathing a little slower and deeper than usual. Find an easy rhythm that's comfortable. Activate and sustain a regenerative feeling such as appreciation, care, or compassion. And radiate that renewing feeling to yourself and others. Now, let's think about anyone in this world, in your immediate world, in your close circle, anyone in your neighborhood, anywhere in the world who might be in need of love. Radiate that feeling of love, just like you imagine you feel the radiation from a fan or a heater. Now, from your heart, think, radiate that love to that person, persons, things, animals, anywhere in our world. Coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Did anyone have anything to come up, or anyone come up for them when they were radiating the generative feeling of appreciation, care, or compassion, or love? Who came to your mind? Who did you send those feelings to?
I sent my feelings to Tanisha, the go-getter, and just want to send and radiate love because she's always doing that for other people. So definitely came strong on my mind and in my spirit.
Yes. I'll send it too.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing, Nicole.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else? So I was
And I didn't pay her to say that either. I just wanted to throw that out.
Tanisha, you're just an amazing person. I was really hesitant of coming on this afternoon because right here in Las Vegas, we're under another, I guess, almost a mass shooting is taking place at our local urban community college, University of UNLV. And a active shooter situation is still in place right now. And I understand that 3 people on the college campus have been killed. And we have people, have relatives there, go to school there. They've been texting all afternoon about what's going on. So I was sending love to every single person involved, and the hurt that makes anyone that wants to hurt anyone, just sending love there. So, and I thought I would come here instead of taking the time, Tanisha, to send the love by myself. I knew that there'll be a very warm community here that I could share that moment with you all. And you know, as it multiplies when you're not by yourself. So sending that. So I may be here for a minute more, and I may be out because I'm, you know, this thing is still going on, still, you know, checking.
Well, thank you so much. Let's send some love to Dr. Joanne Kaysen.
Thank you, thank you. All of it, all of it. I need it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you again, Dr. Joe. And I definitely felt a stronger love radiating to me as well as through me. And I think it is it's good to do by yourself, but I agree that when you're in a community and you're all doing this, it's a lot stronger because I've done this before with just me and Dr. Joe, but being in a group setting, it's for whatever reason, you just feel it stronger. So yeah, it's just a great exercise to do. So it's something that you can do. Go
by
ahead.
yourself, but with people. But here's the thing, Tanisha, and family, this has been researched for 30 years, that those things that we feel in our hearts, like you can tell when somebody likes you, when they don't like you, when you don't feel comfortable, it's true. Your heart has picked up. And what a lot of us will do is listen to it, or sometimes we ignore it. And then later on we say, I knew that was it. Because it's some words, some things you can't put into words. And then what's going to happen in the next 15 years is going to be very, very evident, because quantum physics is really coming to the forefront now. There's more than just what your eyes can see, is what we know in the spiritual realm. This is in the spiritual realm, you actually can touch it yourself. So I don't deny anymore when my heart feels something, feeling some love. I felt the love. I felt when Nicole said she sent you something, I felt that. It's real. So thank you. And
Yeah,
now we're going to work on getting unstuck from our finances.
That's right. Thank you. That was a great segue. So, yes. So the overall series, of course, of Healthy You Business is that's the title, Healthy You Business. But this is season 3. And so the theme for season 3 is getting unstuck. And for this month, we're talking about overcoming the financial obstacles. And we're going to be talking about more specifically personal finance. So at this time, I'm going to present to you my friend and colleague, Miss Nicole Lumpkins, and she is going to share with us some tips about personal finance, more specifically credit, and she has a whole bunch of topics really centered around personal finance and how we can overcome some of our financial obstacles. So why don't you show Miss Nicole some love as she comes up to the stage. Nicole?
Well, thank you so much, Tanisha, the go-getter Jackson. I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. You are definitely such a go-getter. You've inspired me in so many different ways. And I thank you all for the love and this platform. And I appreciate you, Tanisha, for taking the time out of your many hats that you carry and many things that you do for your family, for others, and to make sure that we're healthy. And when we don't take time to pause to make sure that we're healthy, we're no good to anybody. And it is a lot of good self-care. So I truly appreciate Dr. Joe. This is the second time I've done that exercise in these settings, and it instantly calms the heart rate down. It instantly centers you and refocus. And we are just running all day. I told Tanisha earlier, I'm running with roller skates on. And sometimes that's okay, but we do need to take time to pause and to center and to really focus on our self-care. And I love this platform because it also makes me focus on my self-care. Tanisha, when you were talking earlier about Healthy You, the thing that came to my mind in regards to personal credit is that we need to pay ourselves first. And we don't do that at all. We are taught from birth and generationally, we're just taught you work, you pay your bills, you try to live within your means, which a lot of times we don't. But you pay other people. You work for a company that's making them rich. If you work for social services, you're enriching other people's lives. Anything that you're doing, yes, you get income and benefits, but you're putting out so much more than you're getting back in a sense. And we spend most of our days working for somebody else, making somebody else's dreams come true, making them healthier and wealthier. And we're just getting by. So I'm really excited because this series is challenging me at a different level. And my goal is to empower each and every one of us to be healthy by paying ourselves first. And yes, financially, pay yourself first financially, meaning that we're going to learn how to shift our mindsets and focus on our particular finances. So no matter what level you are in understanding your personal finances, the whole goal is to really focus and pay attention. And I'm going to challenge you that after tonight that you're going to apply what you've heard and that you're going to be mindful of your personal finances. And tonight we're going to talk about your credit. So I want to make sure before I share my presentation with you that you really focus in on this information. This is the time set aside for you. We'll go about 20 minutes, but you don't have to come off camera, but just really sit and listen and glean the information in this moment so you can really understand at a deeper level why it's really important to start with your credit and how you can pay yourself first. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's see here. All right, you can see my screen okay? Okay. Now let me go back because my screen is a little bit different than what I have seen and shared with you. So if that's not going to help you guys at all. So let me change my settings so I can see what you see. That would be a little bit more helpful, wouldn't that? All right, let's see here. And all right, one more time. Twice as nice. Mm. All right, there we go. Okay, that is not what I wanted either. I'm gonna have to do it one more time.
Yeah, switch it is showing the notes.
Right, and I had it all set the last time, so I'm not sure what I did this time, but we're gonna fix
It was right the first time that you showed it, but you can't see it.
No, let me try it one more time.
Okay.
Maybe 3 times is the try. Okay, let's see. I should have left it on the setting that I had. Thank you for your patience. Mm-mm. It did it again.
It's still, yeah, still the notes. Click on the presenter view.
It is on presenter view.
We'll change your screen that you're showing. You know how it
Yep.
says share screen? You can change the screen that you're showing.
All right, let me
That might
try.
be it.
So go on share screen and go where now?
Now click on the one that doesn't show your notes.
Okay.
You got it. There we go.
For you guys.
Oh, you can't see it for you?
No. Let's see. How about now? Oh, I got it. I'm
Got
good. Don't ask me what I did, so I'm not going to do it again.
it. Okay, it looks good on our end. We can't
Ooh.
see your notes, so you're good.
Yay. Thank you, Lord. He's good. So thank you for your patience. So we are going to talk about my credit system. I am an executive vice president with My Econ Financial. It is a financial success company, and I've learned to take time to pay myself first. And I had to start with credit. And credit is one of those things that you're like, do I have to really talk about it? Yes, you do. When you want to get a good job, of course, we know about a car and a house, and really to have ownership. We need to own things and stop paying other people just to rent and not having any legacy for our children and our children's children, but also for us to enjoy right now. So we're going to talk about what you need to know about credit. Now, I really thank you, first of all, for taking time out to listen to this presentation. And throughout, I'm going to share some of my testimony. We're going to start with the facts. Everybody's interested in credit, as we know. In one way, shape, or form, we have to come into the world of credit, excuse me, where it's either going to be our friend or it's going to be a challenge. My goal is that your credit is going to be your best friend. Now, when we start this conversation about credit, I want you to know that there's 68 million people that have bad credit. I have been one of those many a times to have bad credit because I didn't look at my credit. I didn't think about credit. I was just working, trying to pay bills and, just doing enough to get by. But credit is such a great tool to really maximize other people's money and not always spend your money. And the network of financial planners that I've been very blessed to be around, I'm learning so much about credit, finances, cash flow, taxes, debt elimination, how to maintain a good credit score, credit utilization. I can go on and on and on. I feel so much more empowered about my money that I'm going to be out of, and I am out of the 6 to 8 million people that have poor credit, thank God. Because there's 1 in 5 of us that have an error on our credit report, excuse me, and we don't even know it. We're not checking our credit. We have no idea what's on our credit. Now, in 2018, just a few years ago, the credit repair industry, people earned over $3 billion. Where consumers like me and you, we hired somebody to fix our credit, and they earned a lot of money. And what happened if you were like me? I hired someone to fix my credit. Excuse me. And after they fixed it, I went right back to a bad situation. Now, 79% of people who disputed the errors on their credit report were successful in removing them, which is a great percentage, where we know that everybody needs good credit and has to do with our good quality of life. Now, what's considered a good credit score? Excuse me for coughing. One of the most well-known types of credit scores are the FICO scores. I know you've heard of FICO before. And these scores are used by lenders to range from 300 to 850 points. Now, people with 800 scores or better, they have the best credit. Now, excellent credit ranges from 750 to 799. Good credit scores are between 700 and 749. And credit scores between 650 to 699 is considered fair. Now, poor credit scores fall below or in the range between 600 to 649. Anything below 600 is considered bad. I have been very, very bad in the past with credit. Now, the good thing is that the highest credit score is 850. Lowest credit score you can get is 300, as you can see. There is a total of 550 points that are available to you to build your own credit score. Yes, you can build your own credit score. Do not hire somebody to build your own credit and repair your credit. It costs a lot of money. It takes a long time. You see some results, but if you're not in charge of paying yourself and seeing how your money works, how you're spending your money, and looking at all of your information, not a portion of it, you're going to find yourself 9 times out of 10 back in the same situation. My goal is to help you wherever you are on this scale to get to that 850. And it's going to feel so good that you're empowered, that you could do this, and you're going to change your life dramatically. Now let's break down this score. So repairing your credit is very easy because it's a basic formula that scores are calculated by. And everybody starts off with 300 points off the bat. There's, like I said, of 550 points that'll help you get to a perfect score. Now, this circle here shows you all the different percentages of your FICO score. This is the score that lenders use to see if you're credit worthy to get a car, to get a house, to get a loan, to get any kind of credit out there, to see what type of person you are with your credit. And also for jobs. And some employers will look at your credit score to see the character of who you are. First, we're going to start with payment history. Payment history is the biggest chunk of your score. This is 35% of your score. There's a total of 192.5 maximum points that you can get on this alone. This is very, very key, your payment history. So how long and how often you pay? Do you pay on time? how long you've had that particular debt. There's a lot that goes into payment history. So of course, we know we've heard pay your bills on time. Yes, if you have the money and you need to pay those bills, pay them on time. If you need to get an extension and make sure that they can report that it's paid on time. So you are in charge of your money. You are in charge of everything from the utilities to your car to the loans. And if you can't pay, work something out with your creditors that you can pay on time. The next is credit utilization. This is for 30% of the score, of which there's a total of 165 maximum points that you can get. And this is how you're using your credit. We're going to break that down in a little bit. Your credit history is also the length of how long you've had certain credit accounts. This is only 15% of your score, which there's a total maximum points of 82.5. Now, you don't have to remember the exact amount of points, but think about the percentages. That's why that graphic to the left is very key, that you could see what's the biggest portion of your credit score for that FICO score. New credit. This is only 10% of your score, which is only a total of 55 maximum points, but nevertheless, it is still points and it's very key. And the last is the credit mix. So this is where what type of credit accounts that you have, and this is only 10% of your score. And this is again 55 maximum points. Now listen here, if you've ever had a credit repair company that you pay to fix your credit or you're about to pay, please don't. You can be empowered to fix your own credit. It's very easy. We got step-by-step instructions. We won't be able to go into the vast length of that tonight, but I'm giving you the first step and a good solid step to have healthy personal finances through your credit. Credit repair companies focus solely on payment history, which helps, but it won't give you the maximum advantage. The MyCredit system that we're talking about tonight has the advantage that it will address the whole score, all 5 of these factors, not just the payment history. So over these next few slides, I'm going to share with you how the MyCredit system addresses all 5 factors. So we're going to start with the payment history. So to fix your credit, the solution is found in 4 different letters. So these are actual letters that you would send, snail mail, certified mail to have proof of return receipt. And these letters are often called 609 letters. Now, these letters address a consumer's right under Section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or the FCRA. So remember that, FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act. That act states that credit reporting agencies are required to only report verifiable information and provide the consumer with proof of verification if requested. That's a lot. So if you're paying attention in the chat, I need you to type verifiable information. So again, the FCRA requires that credit reporting agencies can only put anything on your credit report if it's verifiable information and with proof of verification that is requested. So the first of these letters that you will write is called a debt validation letter. So the FCRA states that you have a right as a consumer to request that the credit reporting agencies, we know the bureaus, the Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, that's the 3 major, there's secondary ones as well, which I don't know if you know, but there are secondary reporting agencies. There's about 3 to 4 main secondary reporting agencies and some subsidiary reporting agencies. There's a lot out there involving credit. But just know the credit reporting agencies, you have a right to have them validate that the debt belongs to you. Now, the second letter you would write is called a method of verification letter. The FCRA states that if a credit reporting agency validates your debt, you have the right to ask them for proof. So, hey, you had that Macy's card or that Visa card and it got charged off and you don't remember if you even had that card. You have a right to write a letter and ask them to prove that it's yours, to validate it, and to seek proof of the validation. Now, just keep that in mind because I'm going to show you a tip in a little bit about that proof and why that proof is so important. Now, the third letter is the violation of the FCRA rights letter. This is a letter to the credit reporting agencies that they have not provided proof of verification that was used to validate your debt. Therefore, according to the law, they have to remove it off your credit report. If the credit reporting agencies can't show you proof that you have that debt, they have to take it off. So the fourth is the intent to litigate letter. You usually don't go this far, but it is a result or a last resort to have. But this is a letter you would send to the credit reporting agency that you have exhausted all your means of disputing the debt and that they have not proven their method of verification. You are notifying them that your next course of action is to sue for violation of your FCRA rights. Now, this whole process takes 30 to 120 days to complete, 1 to 4 months, which is nothing. Consider how many years of bad debt that you've had, how many years that your credit score is going up and down, how many years you've been dealing with that credit score that you've got just an okay kind of interest rate or you got a bad interest rate. You know, how good is it to have an 850 credit score and know you can have the best of credit and to be able to have the best rate and the best opportunities to have the best financial means for you and your family. You will get there. Now, there also are additional letters besides this four. There are other letters in our kit that talks about goodwill letters or pay for deletion or medical bills, you know, or tax liens, but we're not going to focus on those other letters. We're focusing on these four. And usually the first two of the letters is really what you would use to mainly repair your credit. So now, before we get into this credit utilization, I'm going to actually go back to that last slide because I do want to give you that tip before I forget. Don't think I forgot about the tip. So the validation part. So when you write a validation letter to the credit reporting agencies, you're asking them to validate that debt. So of course, you know, if it's an original credit with a credit card company, let's say Discover, and they're going to have proof that you have that debt because they're the original creditor. So whether it's a phone call or if you did application online, that company is going to have the original proof. Now, when that debt goes to a collection agency, and let's say you haven't paid your bill in a while, you've got laid off, different things happen, life happens. When they sell that debt to a third-party collection agency, they don't send your original proof that you owe that debt. There's not enough time, energy, and effort and money to do that. It's not valid because they're sending that debt off and selling it for a fraction. They're still getting their money because somebody bought your debt for you. However, that collection agency, as we all know, maybe you guys didn't have collection agencies call. I've had them call. And that not only do they call several times a day, they call every day. They call from different phone numbers. They leave messages. They send emails. Now they send text messages, which is crazy. They want to collect on that debt. So those collection agencies are telling you, hey, you have this Discover card debt. It's X amount of dollars. Let's set up a payment plan. They're going to be nice at first because they want you to pay something so they can get something of that money that they bought your debt by. Do you know that, yes, you do have that debt? You know that you have that debt. But if you ask them, I don't know if I've had that debt with Discover. Can you please show me proof? Can you send me a bill or something? They have no proof besides a little snippet that they get this little statement or a spreadsheet from the company saying that you owe it. Now they're going to say, oh, well, man, we can't email it to you. We sent you a statement. Did you get the statement? How do I know? Because I've done this very recently. I was like, I just need to know. I need proof because I'm not going to get into a payment arrangement because somebody could have stolen my identity, which is true. That's happened to me before too. Or, you know, maybe they put it under my name, but it's really not my name. That's an error that's happened to me before as well. And they can't prove it. All they'll say is, okay, well, we'll send you a statement. We'll send you an invoice. You might have to go back to the original, you know, lender, which they won't have proof of it. So if you write a letter to the credit reporting agency of that third party that now owns that Discover card debt, and it may be under some other name of a whole nother agency altogether or company, they're not going to be able to prove it. And you send that letter to the credit reporting agency, they have within 30 days to send you a letter back to prove the verification. And when you don't have it from them, you can send another letter saying to remove it from your credit report. and they have to by law to remove it. So you don't even have to pay off charge-offs. You don't even have to pay off things that are in collections. You just take this time. You have a couple of months anyway. It didn't take you overnight to build that debt. I hope it didn't. But you have time. If you're diligent and pay yourself, free of charge. Oh, what? The cost of a stamp or a letter or a certified mail, $13, $14. That's pennies on the dollar compared to you being, that debt is being removed off of your credit forever, that you would never have to pay that debt again. Why? Because they cannot validate it from a third-party collection agency. A lot of people don't know their rights. And either they'll have this debt that accumulates and shows charged off and late, this, that, and the other for X amount of days, and their credit score is horrible, and eventually it falls off after 7 years, but it may not fall off after 7 years. You might have to write them and tell them to remove it. That's no way to live. It's not healthy. It's not sustainable, which you can empower yourself to use these letters on your own. And we have templates with the language to be able to get that removed. So that's your tip. So hopefully you got that good tip, because a lot of people, like me, I was paying those collection agencies, go, oh, I paid those off, I paid them off. And it shows I might have had a settlement, which is still not good on your credit, by the way, or that I finally paid it off, which is still didn't really increase my score. Everybody else got their money, but my score was about the same. So keep that tip. Next, credit utilization. This is the tackle most that credit repair companies ignore. That's why you don't want to hire somebody to repair it. Now, this credit utilization score counts for 30% of your credit score. So this means how you've had your payment history. So it's the ratio of your outstanding credit card balances to your credit card limits. Again, how you use it, your balance into relation of how much are your limits. So for instance, if you have a credit card that's $300 that has a balance of $300, but your limit is $1,000, then your credit utilization for that credit card is 30%. That's actually a target number. Remember, 30%, put that in the chat. 30% credit card utilization. That should be your goal of all your credit cards, your department store cards. Only use 30% or less. That would show that you have good credit. And just because you have thousands of dollars in credit card limits, you don't want to max out all your cards and have all this debt out there and all the interest that you're paying that's taking forever to pay that down. Only use what you're going to spend if you had the cash. Only up to 30%. Go get gas, go get groceries. This is another tip. Go spend on those credit cards up to 30% and then pay that down or pay that off on your next statement. You want to show that you're using some credit. You just don't want to have empty balances and not using any credit, because that doesn't show that you need credit. I know that's kind of weird, but no credit is bad credit. Go figure. So to fix the credit utilization, you can either pay down your revolving debts or increase your credit limits. So if you have bad credit, increasing credit limits may not be an option, but this debt elimination is a major thing to start paying them down. Like I said, get them down to that 30% or less of that credit limit and stay there as best as you can. Do not be tempted. Don't spend what you don't need. Just stay there. And like I said, the second option is to increase your credit limit, which if you've been paying good on your credit cards, another tip is you can ask them to increase your limit. If you've been paying on time consistently and you've been paying down that credit, of course they want to give you more credit. Why? So you can spend more. Why? So you can owe them more. But you're using that to increase your credit score. So even though you may have $1,000 limit, your balance is $300, they say, oh yes, Mr. Jones, we're going to increase your score. We're going to increase your credit limit to $1,500. Don't go up to that for 30%. Just stay where you were. As long as it's 30% or less for utilization, your credit score is going to start skyrocketing because it's showing you're responsible with credit. So the main thing, or the major thing to understand, is that the revolving credit or the revolving debt is what credit utilization is based on. It's not installment debt. So this is mainly for credit cards. It's mainly for department store cards. It's not for loan installments or car payment or any of that. It's for the revolving debt where you have the option to buy or spend more to have a higher balance and But, for your loan for your car or for a personal loan, that's a fixed amount. You've already borrowed that money. You can't borrow anymore. Even when you start paying it down, that's a very set installment payment. So if you can't do debt elimination, which you should be able to, you should be able to also increase your credit limit, and you should also be able to get new credit. So we're going to talk about solutions to get new credit, because the first one, debt elimination, it pays down your revolving debt, like I just discussed. And solution 2 and 3, it lowers your credit utilization because it increases your credit limit. So let's say, for instance, to increase your credit limit on your credit card, great. Or if you're able to open up a new line of credit, but maybe not use it as much, maybe use 5% of your balance or 10% of your balance. It'll show on your credit report you have X amount of credit available to you, but you're only using a certain amount, and you have all this wiggle room in the middle. It's going to show that you're very responsible, that you're using credit very responsibly, and that they can trust you if they give you more lines of credit. Next is credit history. This accounts for 15% of your score. It does matter, even though it's a smaller percentage. But this right here, this is the quickest and easiest solution to repairing your credit. One way is to be an authorized user. So if you know somebody, friends or family, somebody that's close to you that has a credit card that has, 1, a great payment history, and 2, a low credit utilization, you can ask that friend or relative with that good credit history if you can be added as an account authorized user. So this does not mean that they will have to give you their credit card and you would inherit, their debt. No, all this means is that they can call up the credit card company. You can be on the phone with them or not, give your name, your social security number, date of birth, and they say, I like to have an authorized user. You don't have to be in the same household. You can be in a whole different address or zip code or state, but you would be an authorized user. You can have that card mailed to that relative or friend with a good credit card history, and your credit is not going to affect their credit, but their good credit is going to affect yours because they have the good history, and it's instantly going to increase your credit limit, your credit utilization, all those different areas. If they've got 30% or less of credit utilization on that card and they've had good payment history, wow, you have just totally instantly boosted up your credit score free of charge. And again, you're not having access to that card. You're not going to go be charging off a whole bunch of stuff on their credit card. They keep the card and then cut it up. But as a friend or relative, they are making sure that your credit is going to increase instantly, free of charge. And I've done this and it works. Absolutely. So next, we're going to talk about that new credit. 10% of your credit score would be based on your ability to get new credit. Now, however, this can be a challenge, like I said, if you have low credit or poor credit or even bad credit. So first, consider a department store credit card. If your credit isn't too bad, you may be able to get a charge card like at TJ Maxx or something like that, because you're always, especially now around the holidays, want to make sure that people are getting these cards. Don't spend it all up for Christmas. Done that before. It's great for Christmas, but after the new year, those bills start coming. Don't do that. Just get the department store card. Any gifts you were going to get for Christmas or the holidays, yep, use the card. Stay within your budget, definitely 30% or less of that utilization, and pay it off the next month or as much as possible to get it under that 30% utilization. You can also look at secured credit cards. You would use your own money for this. You can do it. Some banks still do it. It could be as little as $300. It could be usually between $500 to $1,000 in a secured credit card, or you can go into Experian or Experian.com with their credit boost, and you can look at secured credit cards that you may apply for, and it's your own money, and you use it like a new credit card, and you're building credit. So it's like a savings / credit card, increasing your limit, and you're just using that card of your own money, shopping as normal, paying it off as normal, and you can start having a line of credit, which is an easy way to definitely increase your credit. Some people don't know you can convert your rental history into credit with our rental history credit building program. So you can report to Experian and other credit bureaus about how you've been paying your rent on time. Nobody wants to be without a home. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to pay your rent first on time on your utilities because you don't want the late fees and eviction notices and all of that information. Usually everyone's really good about paying their rent on time. Use that as credit. It's an excellent way to get credit for doing something that you naturally do every single month. You can also get a credit builder loan. This is your best option if you can't do any other ones. You can go to your bank and you can open up a certificate of deposit, a CD, in your name. Again, $500 to $1,000. The bank will freeze that money in a CD and it charges you monthly payments. So you'll be charged like a certain amount each month until you pay off that balance in full. And as you're paying, it's reported to the credit bureaus that you're paying this loan in installments on time. And then the bank will unfreeze the CD once you've paid it in full. This is an excellent way to build up your credit. Now, as I've told you before, with this process, it's an excellent way because why? Number one, it's to add new credit to your credit report with a history of on-time payments. And two, by default, now you have an emergency fund. When you pay yourself in case of emergency, we know that flat tire, we know that car repair, we know something comes up because why? Life happens. So the My Credit system is providing you with an excellent lending program with this credit builder loan through your bank. And it's awesome because, like I said, you can have emergency credit fund and you're building your credit at the same time. It's a win-win. Next is the credit mixture. We're almost there. Stay with me. So the final 10% of your score is a credit mix. You must have a good mix of revolving debt, which is like your credit cards, and also installment debt, like your car, your mortgage, or that credit builder loan that we just talked about. If you complete the first 4 scoring factors that we've already discussed, you will automatically have this one complete. So being an authorized user gives you that revolving debt, while the credit builder loan gives you that installment debt. And you have a good mixture of between revolving and installment debt, and you're under that great credit utilization. These are really key things to make sure that you're repairing your credit and you're empowering yourself and learning about your own credit and how credit works. So if you had 3 active revolving debts and 1 installment debt, that's technically a good average to shoot for to have a good credit score, a good solid credit score. So with My Credit system, we do have videos, just so you would know. We do have do-it-yourself videos. They're 3 to 5 minutes at length. We have the automated dispute letters. It has all the language. It tells you where the address is to send it to for the credit bureaus. And you'll be able to reestablish your credit scores. You'll learn where to go to find the best credit cards and the best credit builder loan programs. And there's various different services that My Econ offers. And you can pay for the services directly and learn at your own pace. Set time every week, usually Saturday mornings for me. That's my financial time because I work Monday through Friday. I've got kids, so I have to set time every week for me. If not, my credit and my money just goes anywhere. So you can buy this package yourself if you want. There's a one-time fee. It's a 12-month access for $99.95. I think that's an amazing price for you to teach yourself with test-proven strategies to improve your credit. But like me, I don't have just that system. I have quite a few systems that with my personal financial success program through My Econ, that I have my own business through this company where I am able to help other people learn about their credit while fixing my own credit, while benefiting from it. Because once you have knowledge, knowledge is power, and you're going to naturally share it. So $99.95 is cheap compared to how many times I've paid for other people to repair my own credit, and I got right back to the same score. Or I have debt consolidations, which again, if you have some charged off debt or old debt, you don't need to consolidate that debt. You need to dispute it and get it off your credit. So there's different ways that you could do that on your own. And this is a nominal fee compared to anything else that is out there. So I just wanted to share that with you. There is an earning opportunity with this company. I'm not going to go into all those details because I'm not here to pitch you to be on my team, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. But I want to be able to tell you that you can be your own business owner. If you want to have all this information at your fingertips with the My Credit Repair system, I also have access to, within this company, a W-4 tax training strategy where I've changed my W-4 for my new job, where I get most of my money back. Because if you spend most of it and give it to the government, they invest your money. They make money off of you. Why not put most in your pocket that you need every paycheck and invest it yourself? This company teaches you how to do that. That's a whole nother level of paying yourself in personal finances. There's also cash flow manager system. You get an app to figure out how to manage your own cash flow. There's debt elimination software. There's investment education and training. And there's a special right now that it's only like $10 if you wanted to join for 30 days. Thereafter, it's $40. Again, I'm not pitching you to be in my business. I'm just telling you what I've done for me. I thought it was more economical to be a business owner. Why? Because I can write off a lot of my expenses. I can write off my cell phone, my internet, part of my home usage. I can lower my tax liability every year because I'm a business owner. So whether I have any associates or not, I'm training myself. I'm my own associate. I'm my own business. I'm my own employee, where I'm able to glean off of all of this valuable information. And right now I'm just a sponge soaking it up. And I've been sharing a little bit with Tanisha. She said, I have to have you on. You have to share what you're knowing because I'm changing my life. And I'd rather do it for $40 a month compared to paying, I'll admit, over about $300 a month I would pay for debt consolidation. I would pay an additional like $100 to $150 a month to some of the credit repair companies. That's a lot of money a month. So $40 compared to $300 to $500 a month. And I'm getting that knowledge myself. And I'm in control of how I spend my money and I'm accountable. And my credit score is increasing. I'm gone from bad to fair to good. I'm getting to that excellent. Okay, I'm letting you know I'm going to get to that perfect score. But it didn't take overnight for me to get to a bad situation. So it's going to take, a couple of months to get out of it. You get out of it what you put into it. So my charge to you, you can go to my website, it's in my link, go shop around, look at the information again, and empower yourself, pay yourself, take care of your personal finances. There's nothing worse like getting to payday and knowing that your check is already gone and there's nothing to show for it. There's nothing to show for it besides a house and utilities and you got gas in the car, but are we living above our means? Are we managing what we have? Do we know how money works and how to invest? So I'm just so excited to be able to share this with you. I hope you've gleaned some information. I hope you feel empowered to take that next step in your personal, healthy financial journey. Thank you, Tanisha. I turn it back over to you.
Let's show Nicole some love. And I know we're at the top of the hour, but is it okay if you can't stick around, that's okay. But I want to know if I can just have 10 more minutes of your time. And I wanted to also give some extra time for those of you who have questions, because I know some of you have questions about Nicole's presentation. So I want to give you that opportunity to do so. So if you would just give me about 10 minutes. So we're going to real quickly, if you have any questions for Nicole, then you can go ahead and unmute yourself at this time and ask your question.
Hi, this is Patrice. I had put a question in the chat, Nicole, in reference to, you spoke earlier about templates. How do we get access to those templates? Is that a part of contacting you in your program and kind of learning about the information?
It is.
Okay.
So if you wanted the access, you would have to either purchase the My Credit system and it's $99.95. That's for the whole year. It's one payment. You get a 1-year access to everything. Okay. I chose not to do that. I went the associate route. And that's when I was saying I pay the $39.95 a month because I'm taking my time to learn everything, not just My Credit system. So the templates are already printed. You have online access. There's nobody calling you. There's no meetings you have to go to unless you want the extra training, but everything is online and it's very user-friendly. And it's a nominal fee compared to what people are charging to repair credit. And this right now, the special is $9.95 for the first 30 days. If you're aggressive, I say pay the $10. join as associate, get all the information you need, download all the templates, watch all the videos, and you can delete it. But, you know, I would say it's much of a benefit to continue on with it because there's so much more valuable information with a school of millionaires and billionaires that you rub shoulders with who are a phone call away.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, again, thank you, Nicole. And for those who joined late, just a little background. Nicole Lumpkins, she is the Executive Vice President with My Econ, the personal finance success company. So she provides assistance for financial prosperity, for credit repair, income shifting, investments, and cash flow achievements. So again, thank you so much, Nicole, for joining us. Let's give her another round of applause. And I just have a couple of announcements that I want to share with you today. I'm going to share my screen and I'll keep this short. Hold on. Okay. All right. Can you see my screen okay? Okay, cool. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity to get this free guide if you're interested. This is 100 social media marketing tips to boost your following, gain authority, and increase engagement on all platforms. It's an ebook that if you're interested in it, it will help you as you are using social media to boost your following and gain more engagement. It's going to give you tips on how to create content that's engaging and also tools to help you save time with social media marketing and so much more. This is a free guide that you can sign up for. All you have to do is fill out this short survey of tonight's webinar. And even if you don't want the guide, if you would still fill out this survey, I would really appreciate it because I'm always looking for feedback and on ways to improve the webinar as well. So if you wouldn't mind, you can do this now, or you can save this information and fill this out later. And you will have the option to download the free guide, social media marketing guide. But again, you don't have to download that guide if you don't want to, but I still would appreciate your feedback for tonight's webinar. So you can scan the QR code, or you can go to the link talk.ac/surgeformation. Don't forget to put in the code SURGE. I'm not sure if it needs to be all caps, but it is all caps, SURGE, SURGE. Okay, another announcement. On December 13th, I have a bookkeeping basics webinar, what every new business owner needs to know. And that's going to be at 12 noon Eastern time. And we're going to be talking about really just the basics of bookkeeping. I'm not going to go into detail of how to do the bookkeeping, but just talking about the fundamentals of bookkeeping, how to use your bookkeeping to get you funding for your business, and how having a good bookkeeping system can save you time and money, especially when it comes to tax season. So if you are a business owner and you don't have a bookkeeping system, you definitely want to take this course. And if you're a new business owner, you definitely want to take this course as well. So make sure to register for that. I will give you the link to that shortly. Another announcements, Toastmasters, if you're looking to build up your professional development skills, for example, maybe you want to work on your presentation, your communication, or even just giving effective feedback or your leadership skills. Whether you're a business owner or not, Toastmasters is for everyone. I have been in Toastmasters for about 13 years, and believe it or not, I was very shy and reserved when I started, but I have blossomed. I have blossomed so much, and I've gained so much valuable information from being in Toastmasters. It has helped me out, and you can, the skills, the tools that you learn in Toastmasters, it will help you in your professional life, but also your personal life. So think about it. Many people have families, you got children or spouses or friends. You have to learn how to communicate with them, right? How can you give effective feedback to them? How can you share your opinion and reduce the fact that they may get offended by what you have to say? I mean, there's right and wrong ways to communicate, right? And so Toastmasters will help you by giving you some tools that you can use to give more effective feedback to people, for example, so that they will be more apt to receive that information that you are sharing or that opinion or suggestion that you may have. And here are some of the, we call them pathways, but think about a course. So this is kind of like majors, you know, in college, you had to pick a major. So in Toastmasters, you get to pick one of these and it focuses on different areas. So it's kind of like sign up for a major. And they have some great classes, so to speak, that you can sign up for. For example, engaging humor. Maybe you want to learn how to gain some, add some more humor in your presentations or when you're talking. Leadership development, presentation mastery, or maybe you want to learn how to work better with your team or work better with a team, period, whether it's on your job or maybe you're volunteering and you have to work with people. So again, like I said, Toastmasters is for everyone. And I encourage you to check it out. It's free to be a guest. And if you want to really commit to it, there is a small fee that you'll have to pay. But again, I encourage you just to go visit a club. You can go to toastmasters.org or you can check out my club. We meet every first and third Tuesdays at 12 noon. And you are welcome again to come and sit and just learn about the environment and program more and how it can help you. Special announcement, VIP Go-Getters community is the community that I created on Facebook. It's a Facebook group for business owners. So for those of you who are business owners, you've been in business for under 10 years, you're looking to be part of a community that's supportive, and you're looking to connect with like-minded business owners, then this club might be just for you. We're going to be talking about different things in this club, well, it is kind of a club, club community. We're going to be talking about ways to save time and money in our businesses, how to increase visibility. If you want to surge to that next level of success in your business, you want to connect with more people. These are just some of the things we're going to be talking about in the VIP Go-Getters community. And so we're going to have some monthly trainings and we'll talk about a variety of subjects. Some of them I will be teaching and others I'm going to bring on special speakers for that. We also will have a business directory that you can get your business listed in. And you will be able, as I mentioned, to connect with other like-minded business owners. You will have access to exclusive networking events, and you'll be able to promote your business and have special resources, giveaways, and more. One of my things as a business owner in Surge Formation, I like to give people resources, and people who know me can attest. Nicole is a good example. Dr. Joe, we heard from her earlier. They can testify that Surge Formation, myself, I love to give resources. I have a whole bunch of resources, and so I can't share everything with everybody. I had to reserve some of that for the people who are serious about really growing their business, and I do that through this VIP Go Getters community. So as you can see, there's a lot of benefits to being in this community. I have a total value of $2,500, but if you want to be in this community, it's not going to cost you that much money. You have two options, the monthly payment or a one-time payment. So if you are interested in that, then make sure to connect with me and I will send you the link to sign up. How do you connect with me? Here you go. You can scan my QR code here, or you can go to my link tree, or even contact me at my phone number. Again, my name is Tanisha Jackson, and I am a speaker, strategic and operations consultant. I'm also a bookkeeper as well. The name of my company is Surge Formation, and I help business owners to start and grow their businesses. So at this time, I just want to say a thank you, big, huge thank you. If you would just show some love, hand claps, applause to Miss Nicole Lumpkins for being a special guest speaker today. All right. Does anybody have any questions before I officially end the webinar? All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. So open up your gift. Don't just open it up, but use your gift. And don't just do that, but go out and be a gift in the world. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.